Pupu again here, and today we are talking about Marquee tool. So let me go straight to Photoshop. Now as it opens, I want to explain what is a Marquee tool. A Marquee tool is a selection. You select, I can just say it's a selection as the way you want. So it selects a specific area in an image or in an editing where you can edit it as you want in the specific selected area. For instance, maybe I am on this project. I want to change only the color of the here. So I'll go to my Marquee tool, select the area that I want to change, create a new layer, then go to this, select this, then I can only edit this given area the way I want. So you see, it is only changing the area that I've selected. You see, now there's the power of rectangular Marquee tool. Now someone may ask you, what is Marquee tool? How can you explain that? Maybe you can say it's a versatile and very essential feature in Adobe Photoshop that allows users to make various selections within an image. You see now, it comes in different shape. Photoshop 2023 and previous versions, all of them, they are here. But in 2024, the default, you need to tap here on more, then you'll get them here. So we have 4 types. We have this rectangular Marquee tool, elliptical Marquee tool, then single row and single column. It comes the way you need, according to your specification, different needs. You want to select straight, you want to select in a circular way, so you just choose. Now, using the Marquee tool effectively requires a good understanding of its diverse section and option shortcuts. This will enable you to work more efficiently and creatively while making sections. Now, let me talk about now. Let me go back, create a new project. For example, you press Control N on your keyboard. Always write the name of the project. I'll write Marquee tool. Then, so this is the default photo. Okay, this one I don't have problem with this. Remember, RGB is for online posting, CYMK for printing. So you choose what you want. But for today, you are not talking about these presets. Let's go direct to the project. So this is my Canva. I explained Canva, and I said Canva gives you a working space. So if I choose my Marquee tool here, then I drag my mouse, it will create a rectangle, you see, or a quadrilateral. Maybe I can say a quadrilateral, or not quadrilateral. It's always 2, a rectangle or a square, if you choose this tool. But we may choose others. Let's, for example, choose elliptical. So you can choose elliptical also. You choose, then you drag, it will create an elliptical shape like this. Now, maybe you don't want you want a perfect circle. So if you want a perfect circle, you press Shift, then you drag your mouse like this. You'll see it's coming out like a perfect circle. Or maybe you want a perfect square. So if you want to rub it, you can do Control Z, or you can just Control D, Control deselect, Control deselect it. I gets away with what you have just done. All the selections that are on the workboard, the canvas, disappear. Control D. It's giving a command that control deselection. Deselect everything that is selected in the works space. So look here, I want to do a perfect square. So I'll choose a rectangular marquee tool, then press shift on my keyboard, then drag. You see, it's coming out as a perfect square. You see, like that. So I'm going to give you some shortcuts. Moving, maybe you can select a particular for example, let me add this one. For example, I go here, file, where is it, place embedded. You go here, downloads, maybe anything that I want. For example, I choose what here, I place. So if I place this image here, yes, so I get this one. Now I want to remove only this section, this yellow section. So the perfect marquee tool that I'm going to use, that's the reason why I told you you use according to your specific needs. So I'm going to select elliptical marquee tool, come here, start dragging. Then if you want to move your dragging, if you realize that you have dragged wrong, or you started from a distance, a wrong place, you press and the space button on your keyboard. So if I press and drag, you'll see my selection, it is going to move with me to a specific place that I want it to select. Are we together? So I'm going to select up to there, then I remove my hand on space button on my keyboard, then drag it down. You see, it is coming out very well, and you realize if it's leaving at a particular section, you'll move. You press again the space button, then you move a little bit. You realize that now you have selected the area that you want. Are we together? Yes, like this. Like this. So you see it has two. So this space, you don't need this space. So what are you going to do? You are going to press Alt to mean subtract. Most of the controls on Alt in Photoshop means minus, and Shift means add. So Shift, when I press Shift, then you can see on my cursor on the screen it has a plus. When I press Alt, you can see it has subtract. Have a look at here. So when I press Shift, it shifts from here to here. When I press Alt, it goes here straight. So I only need the yellow section, and I already realized that here we had a problem. I'm going to show you the error that we did here. So I'll press minus when I am in that in the circle inside the selection. So I press again. I realize that I didn't press well, so I'll move with my space bar to exactly place that I needed. Then make sure I've selected well the area. Then I'll start with my mouse, then leave. So this means the selected area, let me move now. You remember we talked about move tool. So I'll press V on my keyboard so that now I can move my selection. So where is my selection? Marquee tool. I can move my selection like this. So you can go as far as you want. You can move it in the workspaces. But today, right now, we want to remove. We want to cut this from this. So I'll just control. This is selected. Then make sure this is not a smart object. Rasterize layer. Make sure it's not a smart object like that. So usually this layer is selected, so you control X. If you control X like that, it is going to remove. Have you seen? It has removed the yellow section that you wanted to remove. So Marquee tool is very essential. Now let's go one by one. So let me hide this image. Now this rectangular Marquee tool, this one is to create. You click and drag in your space to create a selection. If you want to move that selection, move your cursor inside the selection, press bar tool, press move the selection, the cursor inside the selection, then move it in the spaces provided. Are we together? Now if you realize you want to cut it, it's too big, you press alt, then drag it the places that you don't want. Maybe I just want small rectangle, alt, and drag it to the spaces that you don't want. If I remove my cursor like this, it will remain with the places that I wanted, only the places that I wanted to remain. But if you realize that you need to add, you will press shift. You see shift comes with a plus. So if I add like this, then I leave it, it's going to create something like that. Same applies to ellipse. So maybe I've created this, then I want to add. So I'll press shift, then I can add an ellipse outside like that. So you can create any figure. So for example, I want to add, for example, I want to do I want to give it a color to my selection. I'll create a new layer here, go to any, maybe let's do the gradient tool. So when it's like that, then you just drag. It's only going to fill the spaces the selection is taking. Are we together? So that is rectangular Marquee tool. The Marquee tool, it is a very essential tool. And for example, you have an image, you want to remove background. It is only selection. Photoshop, when selections in Photoshop are the most important tools. So you can see here this Marquee tool, lasso tool, quick selection tool, all this, they all work with selection. So this is a specific figure selection, rectangle, ellipse tool. Then we have direct, single row, you just press once. Then single column, you press once, then it creates a selection. So let me return my figure like this. I realized I want to change the color of this place. I didn't want to remove the what was here. So I'll gonna let's get back, Control Z, just go back. Now that's the reason why I told you Photoshop is. So I realized I just wanted to change the colors of this yellow. What am I going to do? I am going to create a new layer here. After I create a layer, I'm going to filter the layer. You filter the layer, and that filter, you can move it. So I'll go to here, to this icon here, go to U on saturation. I don't want to color yellow, so I'll go to yellows. You see, you go, this is master, so I'll go to yellows here. Then I can change it by dragging any place that I want. You see, it is changing to reds, it's changing to green. You can change it to wherever you want. So that is the power of selecting a specific field, a specific area in using the Marquee tool. You can colorize it and make sure it is black. Everything is black, like nothing is impossible in Photoshop. Now you see, I am talking about only the spaces that is provided, you know. So for example, I just realized this is not good. So then I want to change this color to any other color. Let me return this to 0. Then this return it to 0. Then now see, we change you changing this one, to maybe green, maybe, or blue, so like that. So that is it. Maybe I want to change the face, the color of the face of this person. Maybe it's not a person, or haha, I don't know. So you're going to select your ellipse tool. Where is my ellipse tool? I long press here to get my elliptical tool. Then I select the head. You see, I select the head. You know, you select the head. Then here you select the image. I've selected from which layer, so I select with this layer. So everything that is going to happen is going to get the information from this layer, but paste it in another layer. You can just do it directly from here, but that is irreversible. So because Photoshop is a tool, is a software where you don't destroy you have all the capacity to go back. You don't do your work. I don't know the word that was there. Yeah, so I want just to change here. So I'm going to go there. I want to even do, maybe you want to create it black and white. Go to you, look at the color balance, black and white. Then automatically it fades away all the colors in the selected area. Are we together? Now the last one. Before, let me show you the last one. So I have selection. I've selected. Then I realize I need another one, but this one should not fade. You just press shift, then you add. You see, it can create as many as you can, but as long as you with shift. And if I can do this, for example, this, you realize I am creating something. I am creating something. You see? So you have a very nice selection. Maybe you are doing something with chemistry. You can see how it's moving so well, and you can feel it with colors. For example, I put here, then I put gradient color, then I put red. You can put any color in here, any color. You realize this thing can come from here going like this. You see? Now this is very, very important tool. So if you are having any question, please let me know. As promised, we started from here, move tool. I did the artboard tool. Now we are at Marquee tool, and the next video will be on the lasso tool. So see you guys. Remember, my accounts were hacked. I started from scratch. If you see on my profile, the YouTube, you can see I am at 11 subscribers, but it's okay. So if you want to have, I'm creating a playlist on YouTube so that you can follow each video as it follows each other, that now you don't get lost. Thank you guys. See you in the next video. Shalom.